Hi, I am Ellie and welcome to TNT Footy. Tonight we recap round 15 of the 2023 AFL season and look what is coming up in round 16. Now here are your hosts, Taz, Todd and Egi.
G'day everyone, thank you very much Ellie, our new introduction lady, I think she's called.
Oh, she's a trial.
She's a trial. We'll see how she goes.
Yeah.
We've got the new logo too. Eggie's rocked the new logo.
Hey, I like it.
Beautiful.
I still can't decide which one's me.
we can mix and match.
Eggie's had a shave according to the photo.
Yeah, yep.
Yes. For those that are joining us for the first time, I am Taz.
I'm Todd.
And I'm Maggie. Welcome.
Thanks again, Ali, for introducing us there.
Absolutely, not bad for a bit of AI there.
Yeah,
Eddie.
I know.
Intelligence.
Pretty good indeed. How are you two boys doing? I actually haven't had much time to talk to you for the last week.
No, it's the last couple of weeks because you pulled the pin because of a what's it called?
State of origin.
State of origin.
I'm trying to think of another word. What's a non-important game? Or
Cricket.
What do you call the
Soccer.
Just irrelevant. That's it, for an irrelevant reason. But no, yeah, we did have the week off for the State of Origin because we just let you guys would all like to watch that.
Absolutely. I know a few people that did watch it.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I definitely didn't.
Nor did I.
Days for me.
Nor did I.
I watched it with a bit of watching Gods Unchained.
Yes, we had Tassie streaming. I did watch Tassie do a bit of that.
You guys are actually involved.
We were. Had a good chat.
You up here?
As you can tell, Stream Todd's running a bit behind.
Yeah.
I'm not behind.
Is
things stopped working.
He's having withdrawals. He's been away from Diablo for 3 minutes.
It's been a minute. And a half, and I'm already having withdrawals. No, well, I'm trying to get it up so I can see the chat. So it looks like you reload the chat because it's sort of bugged out on me.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
No, it was good. We had another good round of footy this week.
No, it was good.
I think obviously the game of the round was the Adelaide. A bit of controversy in the end there.
There was a bit of controversy in the end.
AFL coming out stating that they got it wrong.
Yep,
they did.
If Adelaide, what if Richmond gets back into this and Adelaide missed by 2 points?
Well, it's just the way it goes. There's always ups and downs throughout a season, unfortunately.
But I've got that in the question later, so I won't be.
Something to think about.
Yeah, something to think about later.
I like it. I like it. Well, should we just get stuck into it?
May as well.
Let's go, eh?
Let's do it. So we started off with actually a bit of a pretty good game in Geelong and Melbourne.
Yes, on a Thursday night. It was a good game.
Yeah. 78-63, Geelong beat Melbourne.
Now, you still think Melbourne are contenders?
Oh, I still do. I think Geelong... I'm pretty sure Melbourne had an off day. They kick straight, they win.
Yep.
Yeah. 8-15. They kick 15-8, they win.
And they haven't won down there in like 7 or 8 years or something. Like it's been a significant time frame for them to win in Geelong.
Jeremy Cameron had a big out in the first few minutes too.
Yeah. So
he hasn't really been lately.
He hasn't been
round 1 through 6. Yes, you're missing Cameron, but the last 4 or 5 rounds, he's popped up for 1 or 2 goals and done nothing really.
Yeah, pretty much. It was, obviously friendly fire, but Melbourne even went down the night before and actually stayed there and treated it like an away game because they know that they've been struggling so much.
Turtle, so one night is put Melbourne has no forward line. Biggest issue having both Gawn and Cox cost them their forward line. Call it the tall forward. And he's like, Grundy, not Cox, haha.
Although, I've got that chat up. Yeah, I've seen that. Although he's a mighty fine forward when they play the quick rush style, but you can't do that with that forward line. It's got to be tall. You put that up in the air, Grundy and Gawn are outmarking anyone.
Well, why is Ben Brown not getting a gig?
I don't think he's up to scratch.
No? He's playing in the twos, though, isn't he?
Is he playing in the twos?
Yeah, he's playing in the twos, but he's not up to AF. They don't rate him.
Oh,
wow.
What I should say. Like, at North Melbourne, I think he looked good because it was him or nothing.
Yep.
But he's gone across to Melbourne, and he was always going to be fighting to get into that. I'm trying to get the glare off my glasses for you guys. But
No, don't stress, mate.
I think he was always going to be fighting for a spot when he went over there.
Okay.
But
Because
not
Shaki's
fighting.
out. Shaki's kicked more goals than him in the last 5 games by a significant amount, I
In
believe.
the twos.
In the VFL, yeah. So
Yeah,
he might
that's
get a
what I mean,
run
yeah.
before Brown does.
Yeah, and that was a weird pickup for me, Shaki. Don't know why Melbourne. I know they're desperate for a forward, but do you get a recycled 2-club player for a forward?
As a backup
Yeah.
who can play ruck and defense, I don't think it's a bad pickup. They would have made it pretty clear that he was not part of
Not
their
his
future
size.
plans.
Yeah, just
Um,
run while he gets a run.
But what he needs to do is take his chance when he actually gets given
And
a
that's
second
exactly
go.
right, because I've seen some games where you think, yeah, he's going to tear it up, and he has the ability to.
Yep.
Being a local Seymour boy, we've obviously seen a bit of him, but no, he's got the ability to rip games apart.
He really does. I think it's a lot of it's a confidence thing. So I think once he understands that he can play at the level, he would go to that next level. But I don't know if he will get to that mindset.
Get to that level, yeah. So Melbourne, that's always been their biggest flaw, their forward line. They've never had really someone down there to target.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
we better get to the next game because we just spent 10 minutes on the first game.
So we went St Kilda and Brisbane.
St Kilda, Brisbane. Now this was a good game up until about 3/4 time, I reckon. And it was pretty obvious after 3/4 time who was going to win this one.
Yeah, definitely. Brisbane at Marvel, they actually play Marvel Stadium really well. They've won 8 of their last 9 at
just
Marvel.
Can't go down the street to MCG. There's nothing different. Like they put different turf there.
Well, I think there's a circumference difference because I know who is I think it's Essendon out at the airport. They've got 2 fields there. They've got one that's the exact same like diameter as the MCG and one that's the exact same as Marvel.
The G's a bit wider, is it?
I think the G's a bit more like an oval than circle.
Yeah.
Whereas, but you would think that would suit their game style being quick open runners.
Yep.
You would think the wider, longer ground would stretch the defense more and would suit it. But then again, they've got to run further. So
yeah, and their forward line, Brisbane's forward line's not really functioning too well at the moment together.
No, they sort of don't like each other down there. Hips and Danaher, do they?
Not at the moment. No, Hipwood's had a good few weeks. Since I said that I didn't rate him, he's had a good few weeks.
But Danaher's been down.
Yeah, correct.
One goes, the other doesn't.
If they both fired, they'd be a force. But I mean, Brisbane is still getting the win anyway. St Kilda, what are your thoughts? Do you think they've done enough?
Well, it's the old saying, defensive footy's not really good enough for finals. So they'll get there. How deep they'll go, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think they'll win round 1. I think they'll win there because they'll be sitting 5th or 6th and they'll play Essendon, Adelaide, maybe Richmond, Gold Coast. They'll beat one of those sides. But then into the second round against the Brisbanes, Melbourne's, Port and Collingwood, I don't think they can knock any of those 4 off.
Yeah.
Not the defensive mind structure.
Yep. No, that's fair. That's fair. Just want to ask Turtle in chat, can you hear Moisty okay? Just want to double check that your mic is working A-okay.
And then they're moving on to one of the biggest games of the round.
This is my game. I'll introduce this one. I messaged you boys at halftime. I believe I was messaging Tassie at halftime, and I said it's on here.
I'm driving down the highway. I'm like having withdrawals. Like I want to text you guys. Like Haley, grab my phone. Text the boys. They're going to hit 200. They're going to hit it.
we got to halftime, and then I said to Tassie, they're on, and Tassie goes, "Oh, they haven't kicked as high as Port," and I said, "Yeah, but they're still playing."
And then when they kicked 11 in the third, I'm like, this is it.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's coming. They got a run on. They got to 160, and then, but you could tell when they hit that 200, they stopped. So you could tell their mindset was, we want the 200.
Yeah.
And then we'll just give a bit of mercy. Which I'm glad because I haven't seen it happen before.
It's only Geelong that's done it, and that was back in
2011.
Yeah.
2011.
Yep. Lucky the quiz is not on tonight. So basically, Lucy and I were talking in the third quarter, and it got to about 5 minutes to go, and I said to Moisty, I'm like, if they can get to 170, it will give them, before 3/4 time, it'll give them a chance to hit the 200. and they were sitting on what 150 something at that point, Moisty, and then they just kicked.
Yeah, one. Well, they ended up 164 and they kicked 2, so it'd be 152, I think. And you said they needed 160.
Yeah, that's right. To give them a chance, so it was bloody good. We were pretty excited because we were hoping to get it when Port played them a couple of weeks prior. But no, that's huge. I mean, West Coast are in a world of hurt. And there is talk that some of their senior players will be possibly forced into retirement.
What senior players are we talking?
I don't want to
warm up now. So
I don't want to. I don't want to say
names. This will go into
names.
Moisty's minute if you don't announce it here.
I can't name names because they're just rumors.
Just rumors, yeah. Gotcha.
Just
rumors.
rumors.
We'll go to the next game because that one was pretty non-entertaining.
Nah.
The entertainment was the 200-point chase.
But how exciting was it when they hit it though? I was
very excited.
I was sitting at Amy Park down the end. I'm like, ah!
Even though they're not your team. You were.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone that was cheering for them not to make it. Like I wasn't cheering for a 170-point win, but I was cheering for them to make the 200. I didn't care if West Coast kicked 10 goals as well, as long as Sydney got them.
Yeah.
I felt for Simpson after the game. He was just looking at Horse on the field, and he's like, "What do you do?" Like,
he's there. Anyway. They're in a bit of trouble down there. The next game really surprised me though. Fremantle Essendon.
Yeah, I was thinking Bombers were going to get up because Freo's sort of hot and cold, and I thought Bombers are sort of on the verge of dropping out of the 8. They might even be out of the 8 now.
No, they're still
6.
Yep. They're still cemented in there. No, but I think this was a must. Not a must win, but it was one of the ones they were trying to pencil in to secure the 8th spot.
Yep.
But now they're going to be right back in that muddle, chasing for. So far, it's 5th till 8th is not decided. There's about, what I'd say, even down to 15th can jump in. Carlton in 15th is only 6 points behind.
Yep.
Which is crazy.
Which is insane.
That is absolutely crazy. But over the next probably 3 to 4 weeks, we'll see that logjam start to separate.
You say that, but I don't think we will. It's
you don't reckon?
Too close. Well, Freo shouldn't have beat Essendon, but that puts Freo in the hunt.
See, I picked Freo.
But now you can't ride Freo off. So and these teams are going to be playing each other. So unless St Kilda, Essendon, West Coast, Adelaide win all their games, it's going to chop and change. Who's going in, who's coming out. I can't see any of them being undefeated on the way home.
So I can see St Kilda and Essendon dropping out.
Turtles got Adelaide can make top 4, 6 games lock and win, and 2 50-50s. What's it? There's only after this round. There's only 8 rounds left, isn't it?
No, there's 9.
No, 9.
After
9 games left because it goes to 24 this year.
So after this round.
You do say must wins. Adelaide have easy wins, but you look at the likes. If you're giving them Hawthorn, you can't give them Hawthorn the way they've been playing. They're hit and miss. They can show up. North Melbourne have been 3 goals off the pace of all their players, so you can't give them any of those games.
The only guaranteed win
is
West Coast.
That's exactly right. Any other team can beat any other team on the day.
I agree with you 100%. 100%.
Can't pencil Adelaide in for unless it's at Adelaide, but still then I wouldn't be penciling them in.
That's what I was going to say. Out of those games left, how many do they actually play away from Adelaide Oval? Because at the moment, Monday's game was the only game away from Adelaide Oval that they've actually turned up to play.
That's it. Like they haven't won. I think they haven't won. That was their second win of the season away from Adelaide. And
the first one was against Hawthorn in Tassie, which we know how Hawks play down there. But yeah, just interesting. Very interesting. All right, let's keep moving on. Then we had game of the rounds, Collingwood Adelaide. That was a cracker.
What's a cracker?
Absolute cracker. As we talked about before, I believe people are. I'm still seeing this in like TikToks, memes, everything all over the Adelaide news. Apparently, they were robbed.
Yeah, that's South Australia though. They do hate Victorians, and I mean hate Victorians.
But I'm not gonna say this question. I'm going to do this one now while we're talking about it. Should the AFL have come out and said they got that wrong? I'm a firm believer they should not have done that because that has caused all this. If they come out and back their umpires and say no, nothing was missed in the moment, that looked fine, play on, no one would. This wouldn't be a thing.
I think they did the right thing. I mean, I'm all about honesty and owning your mistakes. So I think them doing this, yes, it's come out and all the Collingwood, all the Adelaide supporters are now saying, whinging and carrying on. But it's something that just happens in footy.
But even, do you think they had to come out and announce it? Maybe just don't say anything.
No, I think they've already set the scene of coming out and backing or going against or admitting fault, I should say.
Yeah, so
against some decisions.
Didn't they suspend a couple of umpires earlier on in the season for a couple of calls?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think they're really trying to show the public that they are reviewing the umpire decisions.
And they're holding the umpires accountable, so maybe next time they can, I don't know.
I'm just waiting for.
Can they take it? Can they go back to a video ref call? be like.
No, that'll hold the game up too much. I think. Imagine you stop by the whistle, video ref. No free kick. Who do they give the ball to? You stop play. You've come back. Who gets the ball then?
No, I don't know.
Yeah,
you can't bring it back to ball up with Collingwood 1 in a row with the ball. You penalise them. So I just reckon they shouldn't have said anything, because now I can envision a round now going into finals. Richmond has a freak run home, beats Adelaide by 2 points. They're sitting ninth by 2 points. You won't be able to walk around Adelaide without those umpires. They'd have to get transferred from Adelaide.
But there's already been instances over the past few years. I can't remember what games they were in finals where the AFL come out and did say there was, a missed call here and there. They've always done it for the last few years, or tried to. I suppose another reason why I like it is that we're trying to get consistency with the AFL umpiring, which is what we've spoken about all season, especially on this show. And by them coming out and saying it, it does show that they are trying, I suppose.
Well, let me throw another one at this. Was in Moisty's minute 2. I'll throw another one at you then. Do you think umpires make different calls in the last 2 minutes?
Yes, 100%.
I think they make less calls.
There was a deliberate out of bounds on Collingwood. Any other time of the game that's paid. Not Collingwood bashing here, because it was a few Collingwood the ones that were in the last 2 minutes, because it was down their forward line. I can pick out the Hawthorn. No, who was the Sydney West Coast game. There was a couple against West Coast as well. Then that high tackle, if that was any other time of the game, they'd blow that. Is deliberate there. Even Adelaide rushed it, which should have been.
I reckon in the last few minutes, if it's a close game, I think they sort of stay out of it. Unless it's over the top free, they're just going to let it play.
Is that what we want though?
That's what Turtles just said in chat. He goes, depends on how close the game is. And I 100% agree with that as well. I think that the way the game should be umpired for all 4 quarters is the way it should start and finish.
Exactly. Should stay the same, not change.
Correct.
Because I don't want to cost Collingwood the game, or that's just the point I'm not Collingwood bashing at all. That's just
it happens in every close game.
Well,
and you hear commentators, umpires have put the whistle away, and
I think that they'd rather be called for for not making the call than making the call and it being wrong. I think that's what it is.
I do, yeah, but it's just.
But then do the whole game like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if it's a 50-50 call, just don't call it.
All game though, not
correct.
Just in the last 2 minutes where you think, I can't blow that. I can't blow that all game. Then we know. Then I know what I can get away with. I know what I'm not going to get called on me.
Yeah, 100%.
We're blowing through Moisty's minute in these questions.
All right, let's move on. So we've got Gold Coast Hawthorn, and Hawthorn started well and then
kicked the first 3 goals.
It looked like it was going to be the same as the week before for the Suns, and then quarter time come around and they just switched on.
And that puts them back in finals contention too, I believe.
They're
10th. Real
they're
good.
10th on 28 points.
So I think from
they're only out at the moment on the percentage.
8th to 11th are all on 28 points.
Correct. Yeah. Then you got Richmond 26.
Yeah.
Actually, let's go to the ladder now, because there wasn't a lot in that Gold Coast Hawthorn game to really.
No, it was pretty
about.
Pretty one-sided. I ended up even switching it off, and it could have been worse. Gold Coast kicked 14 goals, 17. Could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, absolutely. Which is interesting because Hawks have played pretty well the last couple of weeks, but like you said, they're inconsistent. So,
yeah.
I just thought we'd do something different tonight. I thought we'd jump into have a quick look at the ladder.
Yep.
Because we haven't actually done that this season, really.
We don't really look at it. I do get it up every now and then when we talk about it.
Yeah,
Yep.
but we don't really go into it. So
No.
we've kind of touched on it a bit with each game tonight, like we normally do. But seeing as though there's no quiz tonight,
No
I wanted
quiz again.
No quiz.
Drop the ball again.
Oh, let's call him out on stream.
No, we had we had a couple of challenges back out. Thank you very much.
A couple of people just pulled the pin.
They did. So
we'll
anyone
try
that
and get
would
you on next week.
Turtle, if you know anyone that would enjoy the show, loves talking footy, that would want to be a contestant as well, or even just watch the show, please spread the word. The more people that we can get watching the show and everything will be bloody amazing. We want to see this season. We're just seeing how the show goes. If we get a lot of support, and we don't mean money or anything, but just if we get a lot of viewers and people want to watch the show, then we're going to do it again next year. I think. I'm pretty sure.
We think maybe win a few tips. Although we're back alive, we've got $18 this week.
Do we?
Team tips. Yes, we had Brisbane a couple of weeks. I didn't put it on because since they won, I'm gonna tip it. I'm gonna cop the 18 and throw it on.
Jules Sham, they're too scared to face me. That's Nick.
Well, Turtle said he's a wild card to bring himself back in if they're both ready.
On Essendon, Gold Coast.
See, this is why we do the show, because we all have different opinions, and I love it.
All right, what do we get up? Tassie's test that we were scrapping this week. Likes and dislikes, I think we got.
Bring that up. We do have likes and...
All right, I'll start off with my like. I've been waiting every game against West Coast for the past 6 or 7 weeks. The 200-point win.
We got one!
It's not great, but it's great to see that it's happened. It's not great because no AFL game should be like that. Unless it's 200 to 170. Unless it's just free flow and scoring. You shouldn't have
shootout
30-plus goals kicked on you in an AFL game.
Eagles are in a lot of trouble, mate. They're in a lot of trouble. I had that as a like as well. Eggy?
Yeah, the Sydney went 200 game. That was a good win. That was a good like. Even though, and I like the Collingwood over Adelaide. It was a gritty game, and it was good.
That was a good hard fought win.
Yeah,
bit of controversy, but good hard fought.
Going back on what you said a couple of weeks ago, Moisty, the Swans do play better without Buddy in the side.
Nah, they do, 100%. He's on a farewell tour this year.
Yep.
And you've got to give it to him. He's kicked 1,000 goals. There's one of 5 players to do it, or left maybe 4 players to do it. I don't think there'll be another one. I think it's the last time someone's going to kick 1,000.
Team defense is too hard to get through now,
and it's not forward football.
No, it's not.
Kicking goals.
It's not just it's not just your big full forward running out of the ball anymore. Like you've really got to play multiple goal kickers to win games.
And I thought we were going to get 100 this season, but Jez has just backed off, just throttled down a bit.
And Charlie.
60, yeah.
So, yep. Eggy, any other likes?
Just a Collingwood Adelaide game. That's about it, really.
I had that. Moisey?
No, that's no more likes for me. Just the 200-pointer.
What about the dislikes?
Probably the West Coast. not putting a team out there.
I didn't have any.
I didn't like Essendon losing. I think it was the only tip I got wrong.
Yeah, right. No, I didn't have any. I had a surprise. Something that surprised me was that there's still been no team win after they've had the bye.
Hey, North's up this week, don't you worry.
Excluding, obviously, the 2 teams that played each other after a bye. It doesn't count. But every other team has not won.
Who was
Adelaide this
who was
week,
the other game? Was it Geelong and Melbourne?
It was on the weekend. Collingwood, Adelaide.
Yeah, I remember that one.
And Sydney, St Kilda.
Oh, okay. Hey?
Yep.
They didn't even play.
The weekend before.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Because there's 4 weeks of byes this week.
Yeah. No, was that game close as well?
It was a crappy game. It was a very, very crappy, unskilled. It was unskilled.
Give them a break.
Well, this is the thing, and this is the question. Like, are they better off just having 1 round of byes?
Well, I'll word this to you boys because I heard this on another podcast. I can't remember where I heard it, but I would give them credit if I could. They said, what are we playing next year? 14? So 12th round on the 13th round before you have round 13. Have an under 18s carnival. So we all get to watch the up and coming footballers, get excited about the draft, and you get more people watching the draft to see because they know what players are coming through.
You and I spoke about that, Moisty. You didn't hear it on another podcast.
No. It was on a podcast. That's where I got it from. I reckon I told you about this, but
because I mentioned about having a state of origin sort of thing.
Oh, it was you and me, and then I come up with the under 18s, didn't I?
You did.
This is my idea. No one credit. I've come up with it, but I thought that'd be good because I watched a lot during COVID. I watched a lot of Matty Rao and Anderson. Because North, I thought were going to. That was a couple of years before North were bad, but I watched that draft coming up, watched those two. I knew who was going number one. I knew who was going number two, and I was excited about it. I was excited watching the kids. So I reckon if you get them, just a carnival, just a round. So you still get your 5 or 6, maybe 3 games because there's not that many kids, but maybe 3 games, and just have a carnival over the weekend. Give everyone else a game off.
Yeah, I think do something like that. Maybe do that in a state of origin for the VFL. Or something, you know what I mean? Just to have footy on, give media something to still look at. Also, just while you're talking about the draft and everything, shout out, and we don't obviously get sponsored, but if you're wanting to keep up to date with what's happening with the trades and everything, a really good podcast to listen to is Kel Twomey, I think his name is, and it's called Gettable.
Gettable. I listen to that every week.
Me too. I friggin' love it. They get player managers in, they get the rising stars in. It's a really good podcast. Turtle's got here, let the VFL teams get prime time so we can see all the fringe players, plus they get to play on the big grounds. Yeah, I don't mind that at all.
I don't know if you can try them on the big grounds because they might not sell the tickets, but televise them.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
I think the AFL's still got to pay for the ground if they use it.
Yeah, I believe so too.
So you can't pay for the MCG and have 2,000 people rock up.
Yeah.
You're going to cover costs.
But
that's I reckon I hate the buys. I hate buy rounds.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
I'd rather just have a week off completely, do nothing.
It's going to be interesting what happens when the Tassie team comes in because there's going to be an odd amount of teams.
Well, it'd just be a buy every round, I would have thought.
Turtle says they pay for the AFLW, but I don't think they play at the big grounds, do they?
Yep.
They do
sometimes. Most of them play like Punt Road Oval or Icon Park or,
I think
like the AFL started out doing. That's what AFL teams used to do. So they're just following the same path until they get the members, until they get the supporters. And that's when they'll start going to the bigger grounds.
Going on what Turtle said, the big grounds are when they're a curtain raiser for the other teams. I believe they do play on the big grounds, but only when there's a game after.
Correct.
They come early and watch the women, but the ticket sales from the men cover that.
I did that last year for Carlton Collingwood. The VFL were playing as a curtain raiser.
North Melbourne. It was the women's were playing before, and we were going to go, but couldn't be bothered getting out of bed that early.
Yeah, correct. So they can do it, but I mean, look, the AFLW is just starting on this the same part as what AFL did. Just play on smaller grounds, small crowds until they build it to what
until they get
the men's is. Yeah, exactly. Turtles put here, curtain raisers were always a thing when I was a kid watching the VFL. Yeah, absolutely. I love the curtain raisers, and I also love the idea of having AFL seniors and AFL reserves where it's all one competition across the nation. So it's not like VFL's kind of halfway there now, even though they've got some independent teams. But you've got Queensland teams in the VFL. If that was a whole nationwide one, it'd be good.
It's a bit tough, though, because a lot of VFL players do have second jobs as well.
They do. I get that.
So you can't fly to Brisbane for the weekend. Although that might get covered in costs and that, yes, but then they've got to, say they play Sunday in Brisbane. They fly to Brisbane for the weekend. They've got to fly back to WA, go back to work on Monday. It's just too hard for some of those teams.
I think it will eventually get to a point where if you're a VFL listed player, you're full-time as well. The wage won't be anywhere near as much as an AFL player. But
I think a lot of them are pretty close to that now. They get their 50 or 60 or 70. It's like a job, but
Yeah. So that, like if a VFL player, depending on your skill level, if they have the minimum in like salary for a VFL player to be 70K, that's more than an average person's full-time wage.
Yeah, but that's not enough. And the way the economy's going now, 70K is not enough.
But that's where you want to perform, so you get paid more. Do you know what I mean?
Because I know
So it was like some country footballers getting paid 5 to 10K in regional areas.
Yeah, I know some get. We used to have Sard's cousin play down in Seymour, and he was on ridiculous money.
Like each week, or
weekly. Yeah, he signed in for Seymour, and you'd just go to see Sard, and he just as good as his brother.
He was a freak.
Hangers, but he's playing junior footy, obviously. But you can see him throwing hangers and all that. You'd pay $10 just to go watch Sard sit on someone.
Yeah, I think we've spoken about him before.
Yeah,
we have. But all right, let's keep moving, boys. We're up to the tipping. Egi, take it away.
Now we got Sammy P3 up in 90 points. Still charging hard. He's got 4 right last week, and Jim Bob 22 Parker, he's got 5 right last week, and he's on 89. Haley sneaked up a couple of spots into third. She got all 6. Yeah, she got all 6 right.
Only one of 2, I believe.
Oh, is she?
We're not going to bring up your 6, mate, because you're about 30 points off the lead.
Yeah, still tipped the perfect round.
How about the your margin? Was that correct?
I didn't look at that. I just looked at how many spots I moved up on the
Haley's
ladder.
only got 2 points off the margin.
14, I think. 14. Is it? Yeah.
Will's got 2 points.
Yeah.
I'm looking at your names highlighted on this thing.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Because it's...
Because it's your thing you took the photo of. Gotcha.
No, it's on this... Yeah. Then we got James... Oh, no, Peglish is on 86 with James Solomon on 86 as well. Go Saints Paul Willows on 84.
Shout out to Sol, probably asleep again. Keep going.
How good was Dreamtime this year's on 83 with Will I Am and a Rocking Horse. Then we've got the Irk on 82. Carl Blues and Brosser on 81. And down in 13th spot is Scotty Richo for 80 points.
What's Scotty? What's happening to Scotty? Moisty, is you tipped 2 right this week?
Yeah, he's had a bad few weeks.
Had a bad week. I think he's had a couple of miserable. How do you tip this round?
What do you mean?
He would have got Sydney right, but I haven't tipped all year. I couldn't pick a winner all year.
I got 6, mate. I'm down the dumps with you, and I got 6. That's saying something.
You're trying to catch up. You've just tipped all the ones you thought were going to lose, and they all won.
No, I actually tipped the ones I thought was going to win. I picked Freo, obviously. That's funny.
Tips for next round. Oh, no, we're not up to that yet, are we?
Not quite, but it's not far off.
Moisty's minute?
Moisty's minute. All right, let's go. We knew something exciting was about to get on here.
I must say, before you start, we've had a lot of feedback, and I've shared it with you 2 boys already. We've had a lot of feedback over the past few weeks about the show.
Yep.
We've had some constructive feedback, hence why Moisty's got a new microphone. We've also had some really positive feedback about the different segments that we do to break the show up. I actually had someone say that listening to podcasts of AFL, some people tend to try and avoid it because they find it quite boring, but they like the fact that we give each other a bit of banter, give our viewers, some banter and cheek. But we do have the different segments to break up from the footy. So thank you to everyone for your feedback. I know that all 3 of us really appreciate it, and we really appreciate the support that you guys show us as well.
We do.
Sorry, Moisty, you had to throw that in.
Just cut the envelope in half to get into this Moisty minute.
You have to buy a pad, mate.
You've marked me up. No, because that just this envelope's like Sam's mailbag. Sam's mailbag. Got Moisty's envelope. All right,
Moisty's mail.
Moisty's mail. That's it. So the first question I've got on here is: will Harley Reid go to West Coast?
Sorry, I coughed. Can you repeat the question?
Harley Reid, will he go to West Coast?
No.
So where's he going to go? Because North Melbourne do not need a midfielder. So are you saying he will drop to 3rd or 4th in the tip?
Well, he might
be the number 1 pick.
I think there'll be a trade there somewhere where someone will.
You reckon West Coast will split the picks?
Yeah. West Coast have already come out saying their number 1 picks up for grabs. They want to get 2 picks in the top 10, top first round, because there's something, listening to Kel Bowman, there's something like 3 or 4 West Australian boys who are ranked in the first round.
So they want to get a few of them, which is smart because.
So I think he'll end up at
he's
GWS.
Going to go to get pumped. He's going to be home.
Far away, welcome.
Hey, far away, welcome.
How you going, Faraway?
He will 100% end up at GWS.
You reckon GWS?
Yep.
Oh, sweet. So that ticks that one off.
Because they've got 3 picks in top first round.
Yeah, I don't think North will take him even if he slips because they've got too much midfield as well.
Yep,
Can't
agreed.
Just take midfielders and dump them everywhere.
Faraway's come to learn about Australian rules football. Welcome from all the way over in the UK.
Oh, she's in UK, isn't she? All right. So then we've got, where will Dimmer go? Do you reckon he'll coach next year? And if so, where?
Year off, I reckon.
Year off?
Yep.
Assistant.
I've got him at Gold Coast.
Oh, Turtle's got him at Gold Coast too.
Yeah, that is the talk.
I think he's going. All right, so we're mid-season now.
Far away. Yeah. Hi. Got no clue what's going on, but thought I'd say hi.
All right,
You're more than welcome. More than welcome.
Mid-season, we've got who we got going in the grand final, and I want your flag fancies. Now that we're mid-season,
grand final, Port Pies, both wearing prison bars.
Port Pies wearing the bars,
and I think that Pies will get over Port.
Egi?
I got Pies in Brisbane.
Pies and Brisbane.
Yeah,
you've got Brisbane winning that one. Clearly. Brownlow this time, halfway Brownlow.
Nick Dacos.
Dacos.
Yeah.
Can I give you who I think will win and a Smoky?
Give us both. Yeah, give us both.
Yeah, I think Nick Dacos.
And Libba.
And I think a Smoke is Libba. Yeah, 100%.
Been saying it all week.
I've watched a lot of things, and everyone's got Butters in front of Dacos, but I don't think either of those two will win it.
Who do you think will win it?
I haven't decided yet, but
you can't ask us and not give us who you think.
Hey, this is Moisty's minute, not fucking...
That's his test.
No, I reckon I had one. Who did I like? I reckon Taranto's in front at the moment.
Oh, yeah, here's another one.
Timmy Taranto's in front at the moment, but how
far
often
away
favourites win? Not very often. That's why I think Nick's got a curse on him now. He is playing some good football. We had a few rounds there where it wasn't.
But he's playing midfield for the rest of the season, so
that might get him home.
Yeah. So Turtles he thinks that Gold Coast or Brisbane for Dimmer, and Collingwood Brisbane in the final with Collingwood winning. He's got Nick or Josh Dacos for the Brownlow, and Faraway's got I'm Forever Clueless, so it's fine.
Good movie, that. Clueless.
All right. So what have I got? I think we covered that one before. I've got the umpires give different coaching in the last 2 minutes. We covered that. Should Rowan get weeks for what happened to Cameron? That was opposition player. He gets 2 weeks there. Why is he not getting 2 weeks?
I actually think he'd get more than 2 weeks.
Yeah, but why is he not getting it? Because it's friendly fire.
I agree.
Explain that to me.
I don't get it either, but
I think what I'm hoping is that the AFL after this incident will realise that accidents happen in a game of footy. Okay, you cannot punish a player for accidental contact, no matter what the outcome is to a player. It's because you've got a split-second decision sometimes that you just can't. You can't change the way you're running. You can't change anything.
I'm in full agreement with that, but I just couldn't explain me if that was different jumper. He's on the sidelines for a couple of weeks.
It would, and I think that would be a very, very poor decision.
Yeah.
What are you laughing at, Eddie?
Bottom 4.
Turtle.
To round this out, we've got the bottom 4. Moisty's minute's gone a bit long because Tassie got to be excited about the round though. So, bottom 4, Tassie. Who you got in the bottom 4?
I have. Let me scroll back up.
We've got to get all these going.
Obviously, Hawthorn, North, and Eagles, and I think that either Fremantle or GWS.
Beautiful, Egi.
Bottom 4 has to be West Coast, North Melbourne, Hawthorn and...
Well, I don't think it has to be Hawthorn.
Yeah, I don't think it... Yeah, I know that those two are cemented in the bottom four.
Yeah,
Is North Melbourne, West Coast.
are.
I think Hawthorn are a sneaky little chance to climb up a few spots because they've been playing some half-decent footy at times.
You're only 6 points behind Carlton, has he? Just to throw that at you.
Sorry, I was zoning out then. I was reading chat.
So Hawthorn, yeah, will come in
So you've got
16th,
West
and
Coast,
I reckon
Hawthorn.
Carlton will stay down in 15th.
Carlton. They're bottom four set, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think the bottom four will move.
Sorry, you have been disconnected. No.
The only... I really think Hawthorn will be out of the bottom four before Carlton.
Far away, we absolutely are obsessed with Australian rules football.
Football is life until they bring out that couple of rounds mid-season, which sends me off.
Yeah.
And then Todd hates it for a minute.
After that, it's summer, then we don't know what to go for. We've tried NFL, we've tried NBA. What else have we tried?
NBA's alright.
We tried Big Bash. We've tried
many things.
Yeah.
It just doesn't live up to the hype. I'm just going to catch up on chat a little bit here, boys, if that's okay.
That's okay.
Faraway's put, I like that pick. I think she's talking about the background that we've now got, Eggy, the logo,
nice.
which I really like too.
You can thank Mid-Journey for that.
And then we've got Turtle, Coxie's goggles. I want to hear opinions on that and Keys, and also the skid marks.
I think Tex come out and said it's only mud, wasn't it? I think he's...
No, it's they had it on a podcast. They had I forget who it was, but
he landed on something.
Yeah.
Sorry?
He landed on something.
Yeah, they had a
something.
podcast and it was another ex-footballer on the podcast. I forget who it was. It was an Adelaide player. Forget who it was, but he sent him a photo and they got the photo up on the podcast.
Yeah, I saw that too.
They had the shorts. It was clearly mud. It's not. It was clearly mud. He landed in mud.
Well, it was pretty wet that day.
Yeah, and he said unless he's gone home and rubbed mud on his shorts and sent it over, it was mud.
Yeah, and on the Cox's eyeglasses thing, I'm actually on the fence. I've seen the vision multiple times. He's come out and said that he was going for his jumper, the back of his jumper, and he's grabbed too high.
How do you grab too high on a 2 meter tall person?
Because he was getting shoved from another player. So I don't know. I don't know.
I think it's all part of football.
Yeah, it is.
You're going to wear it on that. You're going to get people accidentally or purpose.
Like you see people's hair get pulled and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's going to happen. Play on. You can't punish people for doing that. The fine is ridiculous. The fine was absolutely...
I didn't know he got fined.
$1,500 the AFL made him pay for that fine. That was absolutely ridiculous. And I've said this to everyone. I said, soon it'll be, he said hello to my mum, but free kick. There's nothing in it. Who cares? Put the glasses back on and start playing again.
And far away, when you say what's the difference between what?
Football, rugby, I'm guessing she means all sport.
Turtle.
What sports?
No. Just no.
What's Turtle just no?
He's put, it was ridiculous, should have been 6 weeks, and then laughing face.
Aussie football and UK football, is there any difference? Oh.
There is. Okay.
That's fighting words.
You need to look up Australian rules football or Australian Football League. Biffs, bumps, and punches, or whatever it's called.
It's a lot friendlier American football because they have
UK football.
That's rugby. That's pretty violent.
No, UK football, soccer.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Football.
Yeah.
Why am I getting homework?
We can't watch soccer. It's like soccer does get well.
Yeah.
You can sit there for 40 minutes and not score.
I can watch
only
soccer
I watch is, and this is the World Cup.
Yep.
For Olympic soccer. Do they have Olympic soccer?
Yep, they do.
I watch when the Socceroos play.
Yeah, I watch the Socceroos and I watch the Messi.
Yeah.
You've got to call it football when Faraway's in chat, boys. I'm joking.
I'll probably watch the Matildas play too because if they win, which I think they're fancy.
Well, actually, do you know Storm are going to play at Storm are going to play at Marvel now because they're not allowed to play at Amy Park because they're gonna have the grounds. Yeah, but they're going to have it untouched for 30 days before they play.
Yeah, you got to for the World Cup.
But you also know that
to do with religion and that, isn't it?
You also know that if the women's soccer team wins the World Cup,
Yeah,
we get a public
baby.
holiday.
That's why I'm watching it.
Yeah, good luck.
But do you know they're actually in with a real good chance?
Are they?
They are a very good
Top
team.
4 in the world. They're like first or second. I'm pretty sure they're top.
Yeah.
They're the top first or second. They're like nearly favourites to win.
And they're actually good to watch. I mean, I could watch soccer. Like, I can sit there and watch it because I played it my whole life. Yeah, thank you, Turtle, for posting that link, mate.
And you married a woman, yeah?
So moving on to next round, we've got tips. Let's. Do you know what? Have you guys enjoyed the quick fire tipping that we've been doing?
Yes.
Yes, I have.
Beautiful. All right, we're going to do it. We'll go left to right.
Find this women's soccer.
So we'll go from Egi, then to you, Moisty, and then those of you in chat as well who would like to play along. And tips is short for tipping far away. If you know what that means.
So we're back.
45.
Oh, are they?
Out of the pool.
Oh, out of the pool.
Are they to win it?
I don't know.
Top 2 get out of the pool, don't they? And there's 4 in each pool.
Top 2, yeah.
Yep.
So we got Thursday night. We got Brisbane versus Richmond. I'm going Brisbane. In Brisbane, I'm pretty sure.
Moisty?
Brisbane.
Yeah, Brisbane.
Okay, Australia's just because we got this up, it goes Australia's $11. USA are favourites. So Australia's 6th favourite.
Yep.
All right, let's focus on the tipping.
All right, Friday night we got Sydney versus Geelong. I'm going on the fence because it's a grand final rematch.
I'm going Geelong because Sydney cannot beat them.
But they're in Sydney.
Yeah, I'm going Cats.
Is Dangerfield in? Is Cameron back?
No.
Yeah.
Is Cameron having a week off, is he?
I'm going.
He has to. Protocols,
yeah, gotcha.
Then on Saturday afternoon, we've got Adelaide versus North Melbourne. I'm going Adelaide.
Yeah, this is North. I think Adelaide are going to be hungover after this game. North's going to absolutely coming out firing. Over 110% pick North.
Gross.
LDU's back too, isn't he?
LDU's back, yes. Big in.
Gross.
No. LDU will take Waller under his wing, take him, get him out of the middle.
They're playing Adelaide Oval.
Yeah, and they'll be competitive for the first 2 rounds, and then they'll just slip away. And
3 quarters we're normally competitive for.
Yep. All right. Next up,
Bulldogs Fremantle. Also, it's Saturday, 1st of July, 1:45. Is that right?
It is.
I've got Bulldogs over Fremantle in Melbourne.
I hate the
Is it in Melbourne? Actually, I didn't check.
I don't like when they got 2 games at the same time.
I don't understand why that's at 1:45 and it's not like at 2.
It's
something.
very, very silly.
It is. Moisty, who you tipping?
Who we got?
Bulldogs Fremantle.
Freo.
Bulldogs.
Yeah, I'm going Doggies.
Just, LDU's facing a test. I didn't think he was back in, but Goda's got a test too. North will come to play this week. North will come to play.
Saturday twilight, we got Gold Coast versus Collingwood. I'm going to have to go Collingwood.
Yeah. Pies.
Where is this game?
It's at
Gold Coast.
Yeah, I don't even know what the stadium's called now, but it used to be Metricon. It's not Metricon anymore though, but
isn't it?
No.
Oh, that's awkward.
I'm going Gold Coast. I've got to make some tips up. I'm going Gold Coast.
Took some supposedly not this week, but next week.
He's test this week, I believe.
Oh, yeah, test this week.
So Saturday night we've got Essendon versus Port Adelaide. 1 match.
Port's got this.
Yeah, Port Adelaide's got it. Sunday afternoon, early afternoon, we've got Hawthorn versus Carlton. Hawthorn
down at the G.
Hawks, Carlton coming off the bye.
It's called Heritage Bank Stadium now, the Metricon one.
Thanks, Turtle.
And then Sunday afternoon, Melbourne versus GWS. I got Melbourne.
We got Melbourne too.
Ooh. I'll go Melbourne. GWS have played some good footy the last few weeks, though.
Sunday,
next game,
Sunday twilight, 4:40 at West Coast.
A bigger blowout as people are going to think.
Nah, I'm
played very defensive football.
Less than 40 points.
I'm tipping West Coast.
Tipping West Coast.
Yeah.
I'm still tipping Saints.
I'm on the fence more because St Kilda don't score. They're very defensive, and I know West Coast can. The games they've lost by 100, they've still scored 40, 50, 60 points, which is normally what St Kilda led out. So I don't know.
I think Saints by less than 40.
Yeah.
Less than 40. Well, and Turtle's going to join along, and he's got Brisbane, Crows, Sydney, Bulldogs, Pies, Port, Demons, Saints, and he forgot Carlton. So Carlton. Turtles pick Carlton. That means they're going to lose.
Beautiful. So now we're going into the 10K challenge.
And it's a full round of footy. Can I?
It is a full round.
Sorry.
It is a full round.
Why can't I deposit money in here? What's going on?
Do it after the stream.
No, we're doing it now.
I'm trying to get it. We're up.
Oh, we are too. Yeah, my bad.
Oh, geez, I just dropped everything then.
I'm trying to. I've got to get $18 in there, but we'll just pick a team and I'll work it out later.
West Coast on the line, 51.5, sure thing.
The stream's gone down.
Oh no!
Down, is it?
No, it's not down. Like it's running. I just dropped every screen possible.
I can see. I can see decked there in the background.
Oh,
Do you want to Can you make the wheel bigger? No.
No.
Okay.
Oh, maybe.
Are we doing wheel first, or are we doing your best picks?
Which one do you want to do?
Do wheel.
Yeah. Do wheel because I want to touch on some other things.
Oh,
yeah, you
so
do.
I've got. Who am I picking? I don't even know who I'm picking here.
Neither do
Kaz,
I.
you go first.
Oh, piss off. I don't know what they're paying.
Neither do I. Don't worry about who's paying. You just worry about who's winning.
Yeah, just pick a
Pies.
pies. $1.61. That's all right.
You swear I was a pie supporter tonight?
Eggy, who you got, mate?
Adelaide. Is that
Turtle far away?
Is
Don't
that
forget to put in chat.
is that going against you, Todd?
No, so I'm not taking the $8. I'll personally take the $8, but I'm not taking the $8 in Australia. I really liked it. I'm doing it. Hawthorn.
They'd be favourites, I reckon. Surely.
No, it's $3.30.
What?
$3.40. Hawthorns, mate.
Yeah, right. Turtle Nader.
Just in case you haven't looked yet, these are the teams for far away. We've got Brisbane versus Richmond, Sydney versus Geelong, Adelaide versus North Melbourne. Oh,
Turtles going Sydney.
what's this West Coast of the line?
No, he was joking.
All right,
think.
how many we got on there?
4 and a multi.
Spinner up. Oh,
All
this
right.
multi's going to pay the.
Actually, that West Coast on the line, 51 and 5. That's actually not bad.
So we add it in
What's it
there.
paying for 51? It's a bit $1.90.
Yeah. So plus West Coast plus 51.5, isn't it?
So do you want
No,
that instead
yeah.
of your other one?
Or just that can be Faraway's one.
Yep.
All right,
Deal.
rocker in.
Thanks, Faraway.
Thanks, Turtle far away.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah,
Don't
make
say
sure you don't
anything.
give it away.
I know.
You can tell me, mine's screen's not working again.
It's not spinning. Oh, yeah, there we go. Just spun then. That's how far behind it is. He's like, I've got the result. Don't know what you're talking.
I got 2 screens. I'm watching it on.
These
These
crows?
Crows.
Crows it is. You did, didn't you?
I did.
Eggy. Crows.
They won't be paying much.
I think they were all right.
Will it?
Yep.
Well, if North are paying $8, I don't think Adelaide would be too.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, is that North Adelaide? Is it?
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, we're going $1.08.
Oh, that's
All
just got to multi them all then. What do you reckon?
You want to multi them all?
Half and half?
Why am I putting $18 on $1.08? Is that where we're going, or do you want to pick a line?
I don't know. It's not worth it, is it?
Why don't you go?
I'll
Why don't you
do
go Adelaide and the line for West Coast?
All right, yep. We're all on.
Adelaide line.
Yep, Adelaide and line because we're all on the We're all about that West Coast one.
Oh,
Done.
Adelaide and the line. I'll get him locked in there. Oh, let's get to the
Eggy's
second
best
favourite
bets.
segment
All right.
of the show. Eggy's
Then we're
best.
done.
So I didn't do one for today. Don't know why. Just didn't do it. Got a bit wet. What's going on here? Oh, here we go.
He's broken it.
I have broken it. My mouse is broken or something. Oh no, Facebook's not responding. So I don't know what my bets are. I'll have a look over here.
Oh, he
He's
doesn't
got
have
something
it
up on the
memorised
screen.
up here.
AI.
I
No,
don't-
all decked out.
Let's bring.
Lucky you got rid of that adult material, Eggy.
What was the adult material?
A little bit of screaming.
Oh yeah.
Oh no,
I've got it.
he's wrecked it.
We've got it. We've had a good night until this has come in.
It has. All right. So I got a couple of bets to look at for Saturday. That's last week's one. That did no good.
No, we both did no good last week.
So we're going to keep an eye on. So make sure to get into Discord to check out the best bets. I've got 6 to choose from. I've got Darwin Race 5, Mr. Monaro. I've got this black book because he always runs good.
Where are we? Darwin Race 2, Mr. Monaro?
No, Darwin Race 5.
Sorry.
Rose Hill Race 5, we've got Mogo Magic. I'm just going to run through them quick and then just get in the Discord and I'll because no doubt by every time Saturday comes, the weather's come and I've changed them. So Rose Hill Race 8, Kaboo. And then we've got Flemington Race 2, Pacific Ruby. Flemington Race 3, Stapati.
I like Pacific Ruby.
Yeah.
I like it.
And then Sunshine Coast Race 4, Golden Boom.
Golden Boom or
Oh,
Shower?
I like Golden Boom. Race.
Turtle's got Flemington Race 7, Saturday number 3. You
What's
reckon?
its name?
I don't
Give me
know.
a name.
I've got no idea.
Race 7, number 3, It's Our Time.
It's our
yeah.
time.
That's a good horse too.
At the time.
I can't give you the price for Eggies because he's just smashed through them.
No, that's all right because Mr. Monaro's not out yet. The Darwin races weren't out yet.
Oh,
And you're
well,
going to throw it in the Discord. So
Yep.
make sure you're on the Discord, guys. Turtle,
there's-
you in the Discord?
there's
If
the-
not, jump in.
There's the links there. So now what I want to touch on is when I watched a bit of local footy on the weekend, didn't we, Taz?
We did.
When I watched Dane Swan play fullback for the first 3 quarters.
Fullback spare man.
But then he came out in the forward line in the last quarter and kicked 2 or 3. I think we left on the third one, and then he could have kicked more after that.
That is true. One of them was a ripper. It's been all over TikTok, Instagram.
Yep. I'll just move this.
But we got there, and here he is running around on the half back, and then at full back at times, just by himself.
Yep.
No one was manning him up.
And I want to give big shout out to Chase Harris. He did a Miley Cyrus and came in like a wrecking ball and took out Dane Swan.
Oh, he did actually.
And just straight through. That'd be the target, wouldn't it?
It was.
You're lining up. You're like,
Oh, he come flying from the.
You know what it was? So you had like Dane Swan and that here, with Dane Swan and one other guy here, looking at the ball coming in. And this Chase guy's come from the opposite direction, not even looking at the ball, just looking at Swan.
It just launched.
Straight up into him.
the coach has gone, go get rid of him. We can't win with him out there.
Yeah.
And then they targeted Chase for the rest of the quarter.
Yep. And then
As you would.
I think he kicked the point off that, and then I think 2 minutes later, that's when he kicked that goal that's all over TikTok.
Yeah.
And then shout out, Ava's got a footy clinic on tomorrow. She's going to go play some girls' footy.
Hey, that's awesome.
It is awesome.
Actually, I have a massive shout out that I should have said at the start of the show. One of our regulars, Craig, or Cody, I should say. You guys know Cody.
Yeah, yep.
Yes,
Cody.
Yep. In chat usually most weeks. He's not in chat tonight, not watching the show, because he went out for dinner with some family to announce they're having another baby.
Oh, that's good news. Great news.
So I believe it's number 3. So congratulations to the Codes. That's huge news.
That is huge news.
Good.
Congratulations.
Congratulations again.
And see you on the show next week.
Yep.
And
No
you might
excuses
have to go
next
on
week.
Quiz, mate. We might need some names and quiz.
Absolutely. Soulman's out. He's done.
Yep. Too late for him.
I mean, it's right. Oh, you not giving him another crack?
He's asleep by 8 o'clock most nights, mate.
That's pre-recorded at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
We could get that done if we wanted. We could get a pre-record in.
I love it. That's all from me, boys.
That's all from me
that's
too.
all I got. Yeah, just
But,
go north this week. Let's hope we can get a win because we haven't had one of them for a while.
If you do miss the show, we do put it on YouTube every night,
And
There's-
Spotify, when I remember.
and the link, and here comes the Spotify.
And don't forget to get those Diablo characters farming.
No, wait for the latter season. But as always, guys, thank you so much to everyone that does tune in. I know I said it before. We appreciate the support. We enjoy the show. We like hearing that others are enjoying what we're doing as well. So if you boys have got nothing else,
No, well, I'm good, mate.
good, beautiful. Let's hope this weekend is another
Explosive
round of footy.
Been a bit early there.
Get you to it.